Hi, this is Kerry Artek with Wicked Stocks, bringing you the daily Tesla report for Tuesday, October 10th, 2023. Before we click through all the charts, as usual, want to encourage you to please click like if you haven't already, share the content with friends and colleagues, become a Wicked Stocks YouTube channel subscriber, and check out wickedstocks.com, where we offer a full suite of both daily and weekly analytical videos, just like the Tesla report, daily analysis in the SPY and the Triple Q, that is the S&P 500 and NASDAQ 100 ETFs, weekly analysis in the S&P 500 index, the NASDAQ 100 index, the long bond ETF, the TLT, as well as 2 individual stock picks a week you never see on YouTube that cater to the 3 to 5 week swing trader out to the 3 to 5 month near-term investor, always looking for 20% moves on those stock picks. Just on Monday, we put out a stock pick on Elevance Health Incorporated. You may be familiar in the last week or two, names like AMD, NVIDIA, McDonald's, I could go on. 2 a week. You could see it all, everything I just mentioned, for free. We offer a 5-day free trial up front. So if you sign up for wickedstocks.com, you get to check out everything for 5 days. If you don't like what you see, you can bow out at no cost to you whatsoever. On with the charts, a weekly chart, big picture, work our way into the day itself. A reminder, we came off of meaningful resistance several months ago at the 325.09 channel top. After testing it, we'd mentioned how within a month or two, you should allow the channel bottom that is presently at 241.37. We tested it 6 weeks later, came off of it nicely for 4 or 5 weeks, retested it again 2 or 3 weeks ago. We've come off of it modestly since then. 241.37 weekly chart support, able to contain selling through the rest of the year and above which 293.79 remains a 3 to 5 week upside objective. That 343.79 long-term channel top expected over the next 3 to 5 months. If over the next few weeks we close above 293.79, that accelerates that 343.79 to probably within just another 3 to 5 weeks. On the other hand, if we were to close below 241.37, and that really does need to be a weekly settlement on this chart, below 241.37 by a 1% margin, you can see the magic number this week is 238.95. So if on Friday we close 238.95 or lower, the market signals bearish continuation over the following month, 2 at the most, into what is now the low to mid 190s, 192.05 to 196.04. Descending channel bottom and rising 2/3 speed line projected off that January low. Now, with respect to trade execution and risk management on an intra-week basis, if you buy 241.37, you may well place your stop loss at 238.95. But do you reverse and go short on an intra-week basis at 238.95? Well, I'm not going to tell you what to do, and I don't have a strong opinion about this. I do know, though, for sell signal reliability, I call it technical clarity as we move into November, it really does need to be a weekly settlement below 241.37 by a 1% margin to then indicate the 190s over the next month or two. But we're nowhere near that right now. We are holding long-term support, and I do think that the Tesla remains bullish through the rest of the year, holding above 241.37. Let's take a look at the nearer term outlook, trying to see what charts I can start with. I'm going to start with this one. This is our intraday support. No, I'm sorry, that is the wrong, it is 255.85, but that is the wrong chart. Bear with me. I know we've got it in here somewhere. That's it right here. We did slip below it by a hair on Monday. Well, maybe beyond a hair. Depends on your perspective. If you're an aggressive a day trader and you scalp 1 to 2 point moves throughout the day, let's say, it was more than just a hair. But we did break below it, as you can see. 255.85 is our intraday support. And if we break 255.85, 249.12 is expected. 255.85 is a short-term rising channel bottom over the last week and a half or so. 249.12 is a rising 2/3 speed line projected off that pullback low from a week and a half ago. 249.12 able to contain session weakness. We could perhaps bottom out here through the rest of the week. But if we do close today below 249.12, we should then tomorrow, I would say, Thursday at the latest, retest 241.37 long-term support, where once again we can bottom out through the rest of the year. Now for the upside, I'm going to go back to actually this chart. And you've got 255.85 as our intraday support. 262.02 remains our intraday resistance. We got to 261.36 on Monday. It is nothing more than a 5/8 Fibonacci. I don't have it labeled here. I should, I suppose. I don't. 262.05 is a 5/8 upside Fibonacci from the mid-September high to the late September low. It's been holding the highs pretty well the last week. We've pushed through it, but we haven't closed above it. I will say that if we push through 262.02 today, we can test 270.56. And 270.56, by the way, lines up beautifully today with this rising channel top at 270.60. So we round down to 270.56. I don't know if we'll see this level today, but I will say that if we push or open today above 262.02, we may well reach this 270 handle resistance, meaningful resistance, able to contain daily buying pressures, and we may, because of the convergence here between these two important line studies, fall away from it into later week. So I guess I'm speaking to you 3 to 5 day swing traders. To the 270, 56 to 60 area, if tested today, may contain buying through the rest of the week. I'm not opposed to playing the short side here ever so delicately as we move into later week. And I say ever so delicately because we have just recently come off of long-term support. This market remains inclined for continued gains as we move into November, December trade. But, you know, the markets do not go straight up. They rotate. And so 270.56 to 270.60, well suited to contain at least daily buying pressures, possibly in the later week. And if we close today above 270.60, and I don't see that happening, but if so, we should by the end of next week reach this targeted 294.85 channel top. I say targeted because it is the same channel formation I mentioned a moment ago on the weekly chart at 293.79. So if we do close today above the 270.60 level, we should by the end of next week reach 294.85, where we can top out well into November and fall off again. And if we close above 294.85, you know, over the next few weeks, as I also mentioned a moment or two ago, that should accelerate this 343.79 3 to 5 month target, possibly to within 3 to 5 weeks. You know, I think I've said it all. I don't think there's really anything else that needs to be said. So that's all I've got for Tuesday's Tesla. Please click like, share, subscribe, and check out wickedstocks.com. I'll be back tomorrow with Wednesday's Tesla. You have a great day.